Welcome to the official AEW Dynamite Review and Results video. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button down below and turn on those bells for all notifications. Whew, what a show. What a show. Another good week of AEW Dynamite here for your Wednesday, November 20th, 2019. Before I begin Dynamite Review, I want to give a special shout out to my fiance, Jessica. Babe, if you're watching, I know you're probably at work, or you're probably sleeping, or you're on break. Whatever the fuck you're doing. Whatever the heck you're doing. I want to give a shout out to you. Happy birthday, babe. Love you. Saturday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, we'll be popping the bubbly. We'll be the bubbly this weekend. So, this should be lit. This weekend should be lit. Also, I want to say this right now. Jessica said back on Monday that not back on Monday, back on, I believe, Friday. So we're on the train on Friday, going to New Jersey. I'm on the New Jersey Transit, going to New Jersey. And Jessica's like, oh, babe, I got you something. A package should be coming to you on Thursday. And I'm like, how? I'm covering NXT Thursday. Oh, put it on your video. Open the package in front of your viewers, in front of your subscribers. It'll be something special. She ain't tell me what it was, but she said, bubbly. Word for word, bubbly. That's all she said. I don't know, but the package is supposed to come tomorrow, so during NXT review tomorrow, I will open the package that my fiance got me, and I'll show you guys what she got me, if you guys are even interested in that. AEW Dynamite tonight was a really good show. Really good show. Not gonna lie. This was wrestling heavy. Wrestling heavy. And I loved it. We only got a segment there, another segment there after like 2 matches. Not bad. Show was pretty good. We got Rey Fenix versus Nick Jackson. Match was fantastic for 15 minutes. We got Dr. Britt Baker versus, forgive me if I say this wrong, Hikaru Shida. I got it right? I did? Good. Okay. We got that women's match. We got the Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal for a diamond ring. I don't know why they're calling it a diamond ring. Can I ask, what are they fighting for in this Battle Royal? Are they fighting for a championship? Are they fighting for a mid-card championship next week? Are they fighting for a future #1 contendership for the AEW World Championship? What are they fighting for? What are they fighting for? I don't know. So we got that. And then we got the segment between SCU and Jericho. Fucking phenomenal. One thing I'll say about Jericho, when it comes to the microphone, he's one of the greatest of all time. Now, Jericho said in his promo that he's the greatest of all time. Hey, Jericho, stop right there, buddy. You're in my top 10? Yes, sir. Are you in my top 10? Yes. Are you in my top 5? No. Not my top 5. Top 10? Certainly, yes. But top 5 in my list? No. No. I do agree, though, that Jericho is one of the greatest of all time. I mean, look what the fuck he's done in his almost 30-year career in this business. Speaks for itself. We got that great segment there. We got Luchasauras versus Peter Avalon, which is the fucking librarian. Let's just say, if you bounced out of the room for like a good 5-10 seconds and you came back, you heard the ding, ding, ding. That was just it there. Then you got Pride and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz going up against Private Party, paying tribute to Matt Travis. So, whoever is affected by the loss of Matt Travis, I give out my prayers and my condolences. I know JD saw him. I know fucking House of Glory had him and stuff. Whoever knew Matt Travis and stuff, I gave you guys my prayers and my condolences on the loss of Matt Travis. So then we got that. Then we got the main event between Jon Moxley versus Darby Allin in a fantastic main event. Let me say this now about Darby Allin. Darby Allin may not be everybody's cup of tea, cup of coffee, whatever you guys want to refer. But in my opinion, AEW has a gem. Not only in people like Orange Cassidy, not only people like Jon Moxley, not only people like, you know, Kenny Omega and everybody else, all the young studs and shit, and you could put Omega there. Omega, in my opinion, he's one of the best wrestlers in the world. One of the best wrestlers on the planet. One of them. That's just my opinion. But when it comes to young guys, you got MJF, you got Orange Cassidy. They ain't got Darby Allin. Darby Allin, in my opinion, folks, is the future AEW World Champion. That's just in my honest opinion. He's a future AEW World Champion. I guarantee you put the World Championship in Darby Allin, he's a gem. He's going to be a mega star. You look at those young guys in freaking AEW right now, they're being built up a whole lot better than the other young guys on Raw and SmackDown put together. Yeah, sure, they're featured almost every single week, but at least they're getting time on TV. They're being portrayed in storylines. People are invested in people like MJF or Orange Cassidy or Darby Allin. You don't see people like that on Raw and SmackDown getting TV time every single week. They're either buried or in catering. One thing's for sure, MJF, he's the future of AEW. When he says he's the face of AEW, I believe it. Just look what he did at Full Gear and last week when he attacked Cody last week. You can't ignore that. Do you see anybody else on Raw SmackDown doing that? No. Do you see anybody in World Wrestling Entertainment doing that right now? No. You don't. Darby Allin, bro. Listen, I'm invested in Darby Allin. I want to see more of Darby Allin. He's the future. When it comes to rising young stars in AEW, he's the future. He's got a bright future in his hands. That kid has a future in his hands. He's got a future. MJF as well. Orange Cassidy, he's one of the most over guys right now in AEW. You can't sit there and disagree with me on that. Darby Allin versus Jon Moxley in the main event, fantastic match. And then the ending to that matchup, my God. Let's just say, bro, that spot was just crazy. Did not expect that out of Moxley. Really did not. We're going to go over everything here on AEW Dynamite Review for your Wednesday, November 20th. 2019. If you guys don't know who I am, I'm your boy Chris. Thank you guys so much for tuning back into the channel. Now, before I give you guys Raw review from last night, and then we're going to go on with the review here, I'm going to give you guys the uploading schedule for the rest of the week. If you guys don't follow me on Twitter, please do so. Twitter is Chris from Loring on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. I'm going to do this for the rest of the year. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I will give you guys a follow back on Twitter. All rest of the year. Starting from this video on to the rest of the year until January 1st. If you guys follow me on Twitter, I'll follow you guys right back on Twitter. So, the uploading schedule for the rest of the week are as follows. Tonight, you guys are obviously getting AEW review, Dynamite review. Tomorrow, you guys are going to get NXT review tomorrow with my NXT preview, with my NXT TakeOver War Games preview and predictions tomorrow. And plus the unboxing of the gift that Jessica got me, the surprise that she got me. I don't know what it is, but we'll find out tomorrow. There will be no SmackDown review on Friday. No review on Friday for SmackDown because honestly, I just don't care. Although SmackDown is in Chicago, I don't care. What else you have to build towards Survivor Series? What else? You got NXT going to Raw and SmackDown. You got fucking NXT. Then you got SmackDown going to Raw. Then you got from what I heard, we have both Raw and SmackDown guys and gals go to NXT. People were telling me that NXT was a great show last night. Well, tonight. We'll review that tomorrow. And on top of that, I'm going to give you guys my NXT TakeOver War Games preview and predictions tomorrow. So then, no SmackDown review on Friday. No review on Friday. I will be in Jersey this weekend. I'll be there from Friday afternoon to Sunday afternoon. I'll be back home on Monday. I'll be back home Sunday night, just in time for Survivor Series. Now, will I be watching NXT TakeOver War Games? Are you fucking kidding me? This is gonna be one of the biggest takeovers in the entire year. This could be the biggest takeover of the whole year. The way this is being hyped up. From what I heard during Triple H's conference call and everything else that we found out on the conference call from Triple H, this could be, and I'm going to say this tomorrow, this could be the most unpredictable takeover of all time on Saturday night. And I can't wait. What does Triple H have on his sleeve? I don't know. We'll find out on Saturday night. I will be watching NXT TakeOver War Games in Jersey in my iPad. So I'm going to live tweet during the show. While I'm watching the show on my iPad, I'm going to live tweet it on my phone. And then from there, Sunday, when I come back home from Jersey, Sunday, you guys are going to get Survivor Series review on Sunday. I want to give you guys my preview and predictions, but I'm probably going to tweet out my predictions. That's what I'm probably going to do. I'm probably going to tweet out my predictions. I'll probably post my predictions on my notes, and then I'll probably tweet it out for you guys at some point. Or if I have time, I'll probably give you guys a double upload tomorrow, if anything. I'll probably give you guys tomorrow a double upload. I was supposed to give you guys the podcast on Tuesday, but I had so much shit to do. So I'm probably going to give you guys that probably tomorrow. Give you guys the podcast. Plus, I'll probably give you guys NXT first and then the podcast tomorrow. Tomorrow night. Double upload before I go to Jersey. So, yeah, I might most likely just do that. Give you guys NXT review first, and then somewhere during the nighttime, you guys will get another video from me tomorrow. There you guys go. So then, Survivor Series review will be Sunday. I'll come back home from Jersey on Sunday afternoon, just in time for Survivor Series. Monday, you guys are obviously going to get Raw review on Monday night from the fallout of Survivor Series. And then Tuesday, since I'm not reviewing TakeOver on Saturday, I will give you guys a review on Tuesday. So there you guys go. At the same time, I'm not uploading on Tuesday, so I might as well give you guys something on Tuesday. There you guys go. So, Dynamite right now, NXT plus the podcast tomorrow. No SmackDown review Friday. No NXT TakeOver War Games review on Saturday. Sunday, you guys will get Survivor Series. Monday, Raw review. And then Tuesday, instead of doing NXT TakeOver War Games review Saturday, you guys are going to get it Tuesday. Are you guys happy with that? Good. If you guys enjoyed AEW Dynamite tonight, hit that like button, please. Leave a comment down below what you guys thought of AEW Dynamite tonight. Also, like I said, folks, if you guys are wrestling fans, if you guys are fans of AEW, if you guys are fans of World Wrestling Entertainment, if you guys love wrestling and sports, period, what the fuck are you guys what the fuck are you guys doing? Subscribe to the channel. Hit that subscribe button down below and turn on those bells, guys, for all notifications. Raw review from last night, live on the channel right now. This was a typical Monday Night Raw. And, you know, they always go with the typical brawl before Survivor Series, which is what they did. Remember how they do the brawl before the Rumble? Yup, they did the fucking typical brawl before Survivor Series. Are you fucking serious? Link to this Raw review from this past Monday will be in the annotation above, as you see in the upper hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast, so make sure you are following me on social media. Twitter, Chris from Loring, and Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. Like I said, folks, if you guys are enjoying the content, if you guys are wrestling fans just as big as I am, a big sports guy, big wrestling fan as I am, be sure to show your support by hitting the subscribe button down below and turn on those bells, guys, for all notifications. AEW Dynamite tonight started off with Rey Fenix going one-on-one with Nick Jackson. Why did I think about Matt Jackson? I apologize. Now, people are going to say, Chris, why do you have glasses on? I have the brains, folks. I have the brain power. I'm just as that much smarter than you are. Anyways, AEW Dynamite kicked off with Rey Fenix versus Nick Jackson. This was a fantastic match. 15 minutes worth of my time. Take my money. Please take my motherfucking money. This match was great for what it was. This was fantastic. Listen, the first time I saw Rey Fenix, it was during, I believe, Double or Nothing. If I'm not mistaken. I think I saw him doing Double or Nothing when they were in that tag team match against the Young Bucks. Yeah. I think, didn't the Lucha Bros and the Young Bucks fight at Double or Nothing? I think they did. Or was it All Out? I don't know. Or was it All Out? I think it was All Out, if I'm not mistaken. Please, if you guys remember, please sound off in the comment section, please. Please sound off in the comment section. This match was great. This match was fantastic, though. I hope that Matt Jackson is doing well. I hope Matt Jackson is doing well. Because he wasn't at Dynamite this week. From what he tweeted, he was in his living room, in the comfort of his own home, watching the show. So, this match was great. The perfect way to kick off Dynamite this week. Good. Really good. Rey Fenix wins here. More fast-paced reversals and super kick after super kick. Both men exchange shots on their feet before Nick gets put on the apron and Rey hits a Hurricane on the floor. Back in the ring, Fenix counters Nick with a cutter for a near fall. Again, Nick is on the apron. He drags Fenix out with him, where they trade shots until Nick hits a German suplex on the apron. That's the hardest part of the ring, if you guys don't know that. Hardest part of the ring there. Nick stands Fenix inside, hits a springboard X Factor from the apron, then heads right back to the apron, hits a flipping Canadian Destroyer. Every time I see that move, I just get chills, because that's a beautiful move. If you can hit it right with the perfect timing, you got a great selling job there at the end. Nick applies a sharpshooter, but Rey gets to the apron, gets to the ropes. Fenix connects with a super kick, then hits a springboard solar kick, followed by the Black Fire Driver for the victory. So, Rey Fenix defeats Nick Jackson in this 15-minute classic to kick off Dynamite. Great match. This was a fantastic matchup. This was a great matchup. After the match, Fenix and Nick meet in the center of the ring, and the latter looks for a handshake, but Rey blows him off and then leaves. I guess they got to continue that rivalry with the Young Bucks and the Lucha Bros. I guess. I don't know. But this was good for what it was, man. For 15 minutes, this was great. This was a really great matchup. I want to see more of Fenix, because every single time I see Fenix in the ring, and I only seen him one time. in the ring, and that was in that tag team match against the Young Bucks. Whew. I think for I remember, they fought in a ladder match. I think it was at Double or Nothing. When they fought in that tag team match. Didn't they fight in a ladder match as well, if I'm not mistaken? I don't know, dude. It's been a long year. Of wrestling. This is what happens when you have too much wrestling entertainment in your head and barely any AEW. That's what happens. But Rey Fenix wins here in a very great matchup here. I want to see more Rey Fenix. I really do. Every time I see Rey Fenix in the ring, every single time I hear of him, I always get amazed of him. Over the shit that he does, the little athletic moves that he does. It's just fantastic. In my book. So I want to see more of Rey Fenix. I'm not surprised here that he won here. I'm not really surprised, because I am hearing things about Matt and Nick Jackson putting people over. I mean, they're one of the best tag teams in the world. They don't have to win every single match. I mean, although they are executives and shit, you don't have to see them win every single match. And at the same time, I'm happy to see that Matt and Nick Jackson are competing in the ring. It's just that they're putting people over. How many times are you going to see the Young Bucks put over Hard and Powerful and Santana and Ortiz? They put them over. I'm not surprised that Nick put Rey Fenix over in this matchup. I'm not surprised. In a great matchup, though, yeah. But I want to see the Young Bucks win some matches. Not every single match. Some matches. It's okay for them to win some matches. Not a lot. So Rey Fenix wins over Nick Jackson in a classic 15-minute match to kick off Dynamite. Then we get Britt Baker. Britt Baker. She goes one-on-one with Hikaru Shida. Hikaru Shida. I got it the first time. When I was going over the card. I got it the first time. There you go. Britt Baker versus Hikaru Shida. This was a good match. This is my first time seeing Hikaru Shida. I've seen Britt Baker wrestle before, but this is my first time watching Hikaru Shida, and she's good. She's good in the ring. She's really good. Now, Britt Baker, in my opinion, she needs time. She needs more time in the ring. She's getting better from what I'm seeing and progressing. She's getting better. I did hear that Britt Baker is number 1. I think she's number 1. I think she's in the top 5 in the women's division for the top rankings, for the weekly top 5 rankings. I did hear that Britt Baker is number 1. Or somewhere in that number. I think she's either 1 or number 2. I don't know. I think she's 1 or 2, if I'm not mistaken. I know Nyla Rose is there. That's what I know. All I know is that Britt Baker and Nyla Rose is in that weekly women's top 5 list for the, contendership for the AEW Women's Championship. That's all I know of. But this match was good for what it was. Hikaru Shida looked really good in this match. She looked really good. They get to their feet and exchange shots with Shida hitting a judo hip toss, followed by a fireman's carry backbreaker. Running knee strike from Shida and goes for the pin, but Baker counters into a lockjaw, but she can't get it all. Baker releases and hits a swinging neck breaker for a near fall. Shida pulls Baker in the eye and looks for the inside cradle, but Baker kicks out. Falcon arrow from Shida. Then she hits another running knee and gets the win. This was shocking for me. This was shocking in my opinion. Shocking. Over Britt Baker, a woman who's in the fucking top 5 weekly list for the AEW Women's Championship. Is Hikaru Shida in that list? I don't think so. She beat Britt Baker. Now she's to be in the top 5 list. This was good. This was a good matchup, though. Not gonna lie to you. This was a really good matchup. I want to see, and like I said, I want to see more of these people that we don't see a lot. I want to see more. I want to see more of Rey Fenix. I want to see more of, right now, Hikaru Shida. I want to see more of her. She's good. Oh, she's really good in the ring. She's really good. She's really good. She's got some nice moves on her. But she needs a finisher. I don't know what a finisher is. If you people know what a finisher is, sound off in the comment section. But I haven't seen a finisher yet. But I want to see more of her. I want to see more of Britt Baker too. I see that she's getting better and better in the ring. Can we get her in a championship match at least? At least? She's in the top 5, right? She should be at least contending for a championship at least. I don't know. What do you guys think? Sound off in the comment section. We got Hikaru Shida beating Britt Baker in women's action. We see a video of a fat guy on a train platform and 2 people walk past and knock his glasses off. The fat guy gets on the train and examines his glasses and sees a video on the train inviting him to join the Dark Order like a cult commercial. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it, low-key. Hangman Adam Page makes his entrance for the Battle Royal. We get the Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal. Now, I don't know who's really in this. I know that Orange Cassidy was in it. MJF was in it. Sonny Kiss was in it. Billy Gunn was in it. That's all I remember. That's all I low-key remember. Oh, yeah, and Pentagon Jr. He was in this. So, Pentagon Jr. is the last man to enter the Battle Royal, and Rey Fenix is with him on the apron. But it's actually Christopher Daniels, and he distracts Jr. until Kip Sabian tosses him out. Then we got Billy Gunn in there, and he's the biggest guy by a mile. He's the biggest guy there. Sonny Kiss turns her back to Gunn and twerks, and we all know how Billy loves him, some behind. It's Mr. Ass. MJF grabs Sonny and throws her out. All the remaining guys in the match pile up on Gunn until he shrugs him off. Like Big Show, Marco Stunt jumps on Billy's back, but the former DX member whips him over the top rope and he's eliminated. Jimmy Havoc then runs riot on everyone in the match with a stapler until referees force him out of the match altogether. What the fuck is Jimmy Havoc doing with a fucking stapler? He was stapling foreheads, chest, nuts, The fuck was he doing? The hell was he doing? We're back live, and Joey Janela was eliminated during the break by Shawn Spears, who isn't even in the match. Kip Sabian stomps Billy Gunn in the corner. I love how Joey Janela was in this match, and that Shawn Spears is the guy who takes him out. I love how they're continuing this rivalry, continuity in this rivalry between Shawn Spears and Joey Janela. What's the payoff? When is the payoff? I don't mind it. I don't mind that this is continuing, but when is the payoff? What's the payoff here? Kip Sabian stomps Billy Gunn in the corner, then chops him, but Gunn no-sells it. Gunn takes out everyone with right hands, but Owens Cassidy kips up Cassidy is one of the biggest guys over in this whole entire Battle Royal. Cassidy puts his hands in his pockets and delivers some devastating kiss to Billy, but MJF, like a fucking heel, the most hated guy in professional wrestling, returns and tosses Orange Cassidy out and gets the biggest fucking boo of the entire night. Can you blame MJF? No. He's a fucking heel. He's a fucking heel. And I love MJF. MJF, low-key, he's starting to become one of my favorites in AEW. And he's like, I don't know, a gem on the microphone. He's a star. A future star. And I'm not going to lie to you, I don't care what you people say. MJF is the future world champion in my books. He's also another one of those guys that could potentially hold the AEW World Championship. Maybe in 2020? Maybe. MJF is mocking the disdain of the fans, but backs up into Billy Gunn. MJF shoves Gunn, who responds with a suck it and hits the famous before tossing MJF over, but he hangs on. Gunn grabs MJF on the apron, but out comes Wardlow and distracted Gunn. Hangman Page hits the bucket shot lariat and tosses Gunn out, much for the dismay of the crowd. Hangman Page runs riot on the remaining members, Kip Sabian, Chuck Taylor, and Jungle Boy. Sabian puts Taylor on the apron and eliminates him with an enziguri. Sabian then kisses his girlfriend, but Jungle Boy takes the opportunity to hit a Hurricanrana and eliminates him as well. Jungle Boy stands on the apron, but stares at Page, seemingly the last two, and therefore the winners, but MJF pulls out Boy off the apron, and he wins with Adam Hangman Page. So the winners of this Dynamite Dozen Battle Royal is Hangman, Adam Page, and MJF. They will go at it next week in Chicago to determine who wins the Diamond Ring. Now, can I ask this question? Don't get me wrong. I don't mind having Hangman Page versus MJF. I will give you guys my prediction. I'm gonna give this one to MJF. I really am. I'm gonna give this match next week to MJF. What is this Diamond Ring? What is this Diamond Ring that they speak of? Is it a championship? Is it a mid-card championship? Is it a automatic bid in the top 5 list? Of the top 5 weekly list? Is it the opportunity to face Chris Jericho in the near future for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship? I don't know. What is this Diamond Ring that they speak of? What is it? I don't know. We'll probably find out next week on what it is. The one thing that, and this is the only thing that I didn't like on the show, is that they tell us something and they don't tell us what it is. Like, for example, that they mentioned the freaking Diamond Ring. What is it? Is it a shot at a future world championship? Is it a shot at a mid-card title? What is it? Is it a mid-card title? What is it? I honestly think that commentary this week did a bad job when it comes to that. We want to know what it is. What is this Diamond Ring that they speak of? Oh, we got to find out next week to see what it is. Tell us exactly what it is, so that way we can see what we're looking forward to going into next week. That's what I gotta say on that. But Hangman Page versus MJF next week in Chicago at the Sears Center should be good. I got MJF winning over Adam Hangman Page, and I think Page from there will turn heel, most likely. We don't know yet. After the screwy finish, Hangman is held back by referees, but Warlord stands in front of MJF anyway. Next week, Page will fight MJF for the Diamond Ring. Up next, though, Le Champion, Chris Jericho, has a major announcement. So we got the AEW champion Jericho makes way to the ring, flanked by Jake Hager. Jericho says he has a huge announcement, but he wants to address something first. Last week, he threw a little tantrum but it wasn't behavior befitting of Le Champion. Because of that, he's out here to apologize. He tries to say he is sincerely sorry, but he can't say the last word. Typical Jericho, just so fucking funny. So he gets Jake Hager to do it. And on the last sorry that Jake Hager said, he wanted to burst out laughing. I could tell in his face expression, he wanted to burst out laughing. That's how funny Chris Jericho is. That's how funny he is. Which leads him to his announcement next week in Chicago. He will finally get the thank you he deserves from the AEW executives and fans alike. And he's glad that will take place in Chicago and not in Indianapolis. He tells them to all tune into Jericho's big thank you celebration because there'll be fun games, an aquarium, and maybe some even clowns. Or is Jericho talking about the fucking clowns in the community or actual clowns? If you want to bring a clown, you know who to call, Mr. Chris Jericho. You know damn well who to call. You know who to call. Then SCU comes out before Jericho can leave. However, the fans cheer for SCU, and Scorpio says what Jericho did was very admirable because it takes a real man to come out and apologize. However, Jericho forgot to mention why he threw the tantrum. He was pinned by Scorpio Sky himself. Sky says his life has changed since with his high school crush Melanie. Even asked him out and he accepted. The fans chatted Melanie. Listen. One thing I love so far about AEW throughout the first almost month and a half of Dynamite is the crowd. The crowd has been phenomenal every single week, and I love it. This crowd this week, big thumbs up. Oh, and by the way, whoever was holding the "Suck It Vince" sign, hold this W. Hold this fucking W. Low-key. The fans chant Melanie. Scorpio says he's a huge Chris Jericho fan, and he didn't mean to embarrass him. Jericho says he wasn't embarrassed, but also he's seen Melanie lately, and she gained a lot of weight since. Sky says he likes big butts, and he cannot lie. Let me repeat that. Scorpio Sky says he likes big butts, and he can't lie. You got my approval there, Mr. fucking Scorpio Sky. You got my opinion there. You got my approval there. I like big butts too, and I can't lie either. Jericho says he thinks it's the cuter than Baby Yoda. That Sky thinks he's on his level. Jericho says he will be having a one-on-one match with Scorpio Sky next week, and he will wipe the floor with him. Daniel steps in and says they can't do this next week because they need a full month to prepare. Build the match. I like it. Jericho says, well, that's too bad because he's only got a week. Daniels and Kazarian, they say the match had better not be for the AEW World title. Kazarian says Jericho gets crazy about that title, and Sky says he agrees. He doesn't deserve a title shot anyway. Jericho falls for it and says in that case the match will be for the title. Psychological head games here by Scorpio Sky and SCU. Now, here's the one thing that I don't like. And this is another thing that I didn't like on the show. Another thing. It's not the big things, it's just the small things. Not the big things. Just the small things here. I felt like they were going the WWE route. You know, now we see now on live television, if the challenger fucking either in a normal match, either a 1-1 match or a tag team match or a 6-man tag, if the challenger pins the champion, the challenger gets a title shot. What is the point of the top 5 rankings list if you're going to have Scorpio Sky, who's not even in the top 5 list for singles competition, pinning the AEW World Heavyweight Champion? That's the one thing that kind of threw me off there. Why would you build a top 5 ranking list when you have somebody who's not in the top 5 pinning your champion last week? And again, I said this last week. I do not like my champions losing on live television. It don't matter if it's fucking Raw, SmackDown, NXT, or AEW Dynamite. You shouldn't be having your champions lose on live television. But then the idiot is gonna sit there on fucking social media and say, "Oh, but you gotta build up the fucking you have to build up the fucking champion. You gotta build him up." How? When he's getting pinned on live television. So I felt like they went the old WWE route. Oh, if you're in a tag team match or in a singles match or a 6-man tag and the challenger pins the fucking champion, he gets a fucking title shot. In this case, Scorpio Sky is one half of the AEW World Tag Team Champions. Is he a world champion? No. Does he have world championship caliber material? Yes, he does. In my opinion, yes, he does. I gotta ask this, and I asked this last week. Why did you have Chris Jericho lose last week? Why? Unless if he asked to get pinned, then there you go. That's fine. That's fine. But in a booking scenario, why are you having your world champion lose on live television? Now, obviously SCU tricked Jericho into getting Sky a championship match next week, which it obviously worked. This is already predictable. Do you see Chris Jericho losing the AEW World Championship to Scorpio Sky? No, he's not. Will it be a great match? Yes, it will. It'll probably be a fantastic match. It'll probably be a fantastic match. Now, this week, AEW got their timing issues right this week. They got it right. They got it right. Good. They got it right. Hopefully, this keeps on going into next week in Chicago. Hopefully, next week. So, Jericho grabs Scorpio's hand and shakes it, saying it's official. He tries to turn, but Scorpio pulls him in close and says Jericho may not think he has what it takes. But he waited 15 plus years for a chance like this. And next week, he will win that match and turn Le Champion into Le Bitch. I laughed. I completely fucking burst into fucking tears laughing during that last line. My God. Funny. So Jericho decks Scorpio, then the Inner Circle all appear to beat the hell out of SCU. Brandon Cutler runs down to help out, but doesn't even make it into the ring. Jericho clocks Scorpio with the Judas effect, which in my opinion is a not bad move, but not the elbow. You can still call it the Judas effect. You can just, I don't know, do something different and call it the Judas effect. Not the elbow. Not the elbow. That's just my opinion. I don't know how you guys feel about the Juice effect. That's just my opinion on it. Marco Stunt runs down and gets dropped with a lariat from Jericho. Jungle Boy comes next, and he ducks Jericho, kicks him, then gets dropped as well. Finally, Luchasaurus comes out, and all of the Inner Circle leave the ring except for Hager. Jake and Dino come face to face, and it's Hager who blinks first. Inner Circle retreats up the ramp, which leads to a match between Luchasaurus against Peter Avalon, the Librarian. Now, don't get me wrong. This segment between Jericho and SCU was fantastic. Fantastic. It was really, really good. That was the highlight. Well, the second highlight of the entire show. The entire show. Well, yeah, second. I want to say Phoenix and Nick Jackson was third best highlight of the entire night. The entire night. Second best highlight of the entire show was Jericho and SCU segment. The first highlight of the entire show was the ending of that main event between Darby Allin and Jon Moxley. So there you guys go from there. We get Luchasaurus versus Jungle Boy. Well, Luchasaurus versus Jungle Boy. Luchasaurus versus Peter Avalon, the Librarian. Now, I said this. If you was watching the show up to this point, you left to check what your mom said or your grandma said or your father said, and they said, no, I ain't saying nothing, son. You came out to the room, you probably heard the ding, ding, ding. This match was quick. Quick. If you left the room for 5 seconds, for 5 to 10 seconds, they came back, the match is over. Luchasaurus wins, here the bell rings, and Luchasaurus drops Avalon with a question mark kick. That kick is fucking devastating, my God. Luchasaurus hits a modified tombstone power driver for the victory. Luchasauras wins over the Librarian. Don't be too loud. Santana and Ortiz make their entrance for some tag team action. They're currently the number 2 ranked tag team in All Elite Wrestling. I wonder who's number 1. We got a match between Proud and Powerful, Santana and Ortiz versus Private Party, in a paying tribute to Matt Travis, an indie wrestler who was tragically killed in New York City earlier this week. Well, early last week, from what I heard. Early last week. If you guys knew Matt Travis, if you guys were friends with him, acquaintances with him, if you guys are a part of House of Glory, I give you guys my prayers and my condolences out there to the people who knew Matt Travis, who worked with Matt Travis, who knew him as a friend. I give you guys my heart, my prayers, and my condolences to you guys. Rest in peace, Matt Travis. Now, this match was good. I enjoyed this match really good. I really did. I enjoyed this match very, very well. I really did. This was a really good match. Really good match. Now, people told me that Santana and Ortiz knew Matt Travis when they were in House of Glory. Private Party, I've heard of Private Party. They were in House of Glory. They also knew Matt Travis and everything else. I saw Santana, I think it was either Santana or Ortiz, who had a memorial shirt of Matt Travis. That looked like a really cool shirt. There. The match begins with both teams paying tribute to Matt Travis. The match itself begins with Ortiz taking control of Mark Quinn and bossing him around. Back from the break, and Ortiz tags Santana before whipping Quinn into the corner, but Mark leaps to the top rope. Ortiz meets Quinn on the top, hits a super Russian leg sweep, followed by a deadlift German suplex from Santana for a near fall, with Cassidy breaking it up with a ghetto stomp. Santana hits a backbreaker on Quinn, then applies a modified bow and arrow submission. Santana hits a rolling suplex, then another, before literally giving Quinn to Ortiz for a delayed suplex. Santana tags back in, and Ortiz hands Quinn over to him, as well as they do the handoff yet a third time before Ortiz drops Quinn with a Falcon Arrow for a near fall. The crowd absolutely loved that spot. That was a great spot there. Moving on with the match here. Santana tags in and kills Cassidy with a pump kick, followed by a hanger cutter from Ortiz for another near fall. That was a close one, too. Santana grabs a sock with baseball from under the ring as Ortiz distracts the referee, but Nick Jackson runs out and takes it away. Cassidy super kicks Ortiz and then one for Santana, getting juice to Santana for the pinfall victory. So, Private Party wins after Santana and Ortiz taking 80% of the matchup. They took literally 80% of this matchup. The offensive 80% of this matchup went to Santana and Ortiz. The other 20 went to Private Party. And that was a great comeback victory there for Private Party. After the match, Proud and Powerful started beating on Private Party, but Dustin Rhodes comes out to make the save. He hits Ortiz with a right hand. I don't know why fucking Siri was hitting me up there. He hits Ortiz with a right hand, then Sammy Guevara comes out and gets hit with an atomic drop. Rhodes poses with Private Party. Next week on Dynamite in Chicago in the Sears Center, Chris Jericho faces Scorpio Sky for the AEW Championship, while Adam Page faces MJF for the Diamond Ring. Also, we are getting Pac versus Kenny Omega, a rematch from All Out, and we're getting the same match in the same building next week. I'm starting to love Dynamite every single week. I really am. I really, really am. We see Kenny Omega in the training room doing some light bench pressing. He sits up and says he doesn't often get to talk. He's never been known as the promo guy, nor has he been known as a hardcore guy. But look at him now. Kenny says he's done a lot of unusual stuff since joining AEW, but it can all be traced back to his loss to Pac. For whatever reason, though, the powers at be have given him the chance to have redemption. Next week, he pushes the reset button, and it comes at the expense Pac. This should be a great match next week. I heard. Now, I didn't really hear. I seen All Out with Pac and Omega. The match was great. The match was fucking fantastic. I know we were supposed to get Moxley and Omega at All Out, but the match never happened because Moxley got hurt. He still had that infection in his elbow. So he had to take it out and shit. He had to go through surgery and take the infection out. So Omega needed a replacement, and it was Pac. And Pac gave Omega a great match at All Out with Pac winning. I love the fact that how Kenny brung up the fact that Pac beat him at All Out. And they're going to be in the same building, the same venue next week. Maybe Omega does win over Pac. I don't know. But we'll see what happens next week. It should be a great show next week, Dynamite, before Thanksgiving. Should be really, really good. Gobble, gobble. Should be really, really good. Darby Allin gets a video package of him being put in a body bag and crowd surfing. Meanwhile, the fucking body bag had the letters M-O-X on it. Moxley. Allin is then brought out in the bag and laid on the ramp. The bag says Mox on it. He gets out of the bag and skateboards down the ramp. Jon Moxley comes down next through the crowd. Before he can get into the ring, Darby hits him with a suicide dive. Allin fights Moxley into the crowd and dives over onto him. Moxley hits Allin with a slam at ringside to take him out. Moxley puts Allin in the ring to start the match. And we get a matchup between Jon Moxley versus Darby Allin for your main event of the evening for your AEW Dynamite show. This was a fucking hard-hitting, cringe-worthy, not in a bad way, in a good way, crazy matchup. This has been a crazy fucking matchup between Darby Allin and Jon Moxley. Just fucking fantastic. This is just great. This was just great to watch. There was a point in this match where I think they're on the top rope. They're on the top rope. The top turnbuckle. That's where they are. And I think it was when Allin, he put Moxley's fingers in that turnbuckle thing, that metal rod thing that holds onto the ropes and shit. He puts his fingers in it and tries to like break his fingers. I'm like, yo, what the fuck am I watching? Pete Dunne here? Jesus Christ. It was just cringe to watch. I'm like, holy fucking shit. What the fuck is going on here? So then, Allin sends Moxley back into the ring, but gets immediately turned inside out with a lariat. Sold the shit out of that fucking clothesline. Moxley gets the body bag and places Allin inside and zips it up. Just like Cody did some time ago. Moxley stomps on Allin repeatedly and the referee pushes him back, telling him he has to stop. The referee helps him out of the bag and Darby bites the hand of Moxley. Allin hits a float over stunner, but then gets caught with a spinning sidewalk slam. Moxley looks for the peregrine shift, but Allin escapes and sends him into the ring post. Allin hits a Canadian Destroyer for a near fall. And like I said, the Canadian Destroyer is just a beautiful move to fucking see. It's just beautiful. Just beautiful. Darby heads to the top rope and looks for the coffin drop, but Moxley catches him on the mat with a sleeper. Allin flips backwards for a pin attempt, but Moxley kicks out. They end up on the top rope, and Moxley bites the forehead of Darby before hitting a avalanche pendulum shift for the fucking 3 count. And the way Darby Allin sold that move was just picture perfect. Picture perfect. Moxley wins. After the match, Moxley holds his hand and says into the camera that he broke it. He poses on the top rope and punches his chest as the show goes off the air. This was a fantastic show. It was a good show. Good show. This was a good show for what it was. Was it better than last week? You can say that. But one thing that AEW did really, really well this week was time management during their matches. Was time management. Remember how last week when Sky pinned Jericho, that was at like the 9:59 mark. They had 60 seconds left to get their shit in. Jericho's fucking temper tantrum lasted, what, 60 seconds? 45 seconds? 50 seconds? Around that time. They did a really good job this week with the time management. The matches were really, really good. It's just that my negative here, and yes, sometimes AEW is going to have the negative. Not all the time, but sometimes. I don't know why Scorpio Sky is getting a championship match. You're not in the top 5 rankings list. So I don't know why is he getting a championship match. That makes the match next week in Chicago predictable. Jericho's going to win the match next week. No question about it. I don't see Scorpio Sky taking the top from Jericho. Don't get me wrong. Scorpio Sky has world championship material. Yes, he does. I can see him have great success as a singles guy. But as of right now, I just see Scorpio Sky as a tag team specialist. And that's all I see. Even Jericho called him a tag team specialist. That's for right now. Maybe one day SCU breaks up. It gets to a point where Scorpio Sky gets more over than anybody else, to the point where fucking SCU breaks up. They turn it back on Scorpio Sky, and then he goes on his singles run. Even I heard rumors that he was going to go on a singles run. But how are you going to split him up with Kazarian and Daniels? How you going to split them up? I have no idea. But Dynamite should be really good next week, and I'm excited for next week. This should be really, really good. I can't wait. Hope you guys can't wait either. And this, folks, is the reality of things right here on the AEW Dynamite Review right here on the channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys enjoyed Dynamite Review, hit that thumbs up. Leave a comment down below what you guys thought of Dynamite tonight. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, be sure to show your support by hitting that subscribe button down below and turn on those balls, guys, for all notifications, as we're on the road to 200 subscribers right here on the channel. Raw Review is live on the channel right now. Link to this video will be in the annotation above that you see in the upper hand corner of your screen. This is the official home of the Reality Podcast, so make sure you are following your boy Chris on social media. Twitter, Chris Rolling, and Snapchat, Chris Most Hated. And like I said, folks, if you guys are enjoying the content, if you guys are sports fans, wrestling fans like I am, be sure to show your support by hitting the subscribe button down below and turn on those balls, guys, for all notifications. I will see you guys tomorrow for NXT review. Plus, I'm going to give you guys my NXT TakeOver War Games preview and predictions as well tomorrow. That will be after the review. Until then, I am Chris. Leave a like, comment, subscribe, share the video all over social media. I will see you guys tomorrow for NXT review. Until then, I am Chris. Talk to you guys later.